Welcome to our channel Modern Family Wisdom that offers well-researched, science-backed solutions to day-to-day family issues.
In modern households, memory supplements have quietly joined the ranks of toothpaste, multivitamins, and coffee as items that people swear they need to function. Parents buy them for focus and productivity. Students buy them to survive the academic gladiator arena. Older adults buy them for insurance against cognitive decline. Seniors buy them not to become geniuses, but simply to remember appointments without duct taping reminder notes to the refrigerator. And it all makes sense. The idea of protecting the brain or making it sharper is one of the most universally appealing health promises on Earth. After all, what good is living longer if the lights aren't fully on upstairs? Enter the world of nootropics and so-called brain supplements, a booming multi-billion-dollar industry selling everything from classic vitamins to exotic herbal extracts to powders with ingredient lists that read like scientific crossword puzzles. But here's the question people actually care about. Does any of this work? And perhaps more importantly, is any of it safe? To answer that, we need to start with the uncomfortable gap that separates supplements from medicine: regulation. Prescription drugs must prove safety and effectiveness before the first bottle ever reaches a pharmacist's shelf. Brain supplements, however, live under dietary supplement law, which treats them as food. Food requires no pre-market proof of benefit, no pre-market proof of safety, and no pre-market validation of labeling accuracy. The entire system relies on manufacturers behaving ethically, which historically has been a risky assumption in multiple industries. When researchers tested 12 popular brain supplements from store shelves, the results were, clinically speaking, a catastrophe. 8 had ingredients missing entirely. You paid for something that simply wasn't in the bottle. 10 had extra ingredients that weren't listed at all, the biochemical equivalent of a surprise party you didn't want. And only 1 out of 12 was accurately labeled and third-party certified. This would not be considered a passing grade in any educational institution known to humankind. Contamination adds another layer of concern. A major investigation into 70 best-selling protein powders, often used as raw materials in cognitive supplements, found that nearly half exceeded Prop 65 limits for heavy metals like lead and cadmium. High metal exposure damages kidneys, nerves, and the brain itself. Ironically, the same substances marketed to protect cognition may contain contaminants that impair it. Even organic labels don't save consumers here. Organic crops can absorb heavy metals directly from soil. Soil does not care about branding, certifications, or marketing language. With this landscape, consumers need defense tools. One of the better ones is the Operation Supplement Safety Scorecard, built for the U.S. military. It flags red flags like proprietary blends, which obscure dosages, unrealistic claims, missing certification, and stimulant stacking. Now that we've exposed the regulatory Wild West, we can finally ask the exciting question: what does the science actually support? Surprisingly, a few supplements do show promise, especially when addressing deficiencies rather than attempting to turn a healthy brain into a supercomputer. B vitamins, especially B6, folate, and B12, help break down homocysteine. Elevated homocysteine is linked to dementia risk and appears neurotoxic when it accumulates. Meta-analyses suggest B vitamins may slow cognitive decline when used early and consistently, especially in older adults with deficiencies. However, high folic acid can mask B12 deficiency by correcting anemia without preventing neurological damage. Translation: ask for lab work before DIY supplementation. Next are omega-3 fats, specifically EPA and DHA, structural fats that build neuronal membranes, reduce inflammation, and improve cerebral blood flow. The strongest evidence is dietary. Mediterranean-style diets rich in fish consistently correlate with lower dementia risk. Supplement trials show mixed results. They help most when diets are low in omega-3s to begin with. High doses thin blood, significant for anyone on anticoagulants. Then we reach an unexpected winner, the humble multivitamin. The Cosmos trials showed daily multivitamin use slowed age-related memory decline in older adults, roughly equivalent to 3 years of cognitive aging reversal, with greater benefits in those with cardiovascular disease. Think of it not as supercharging cognition, but stabilizing a stressed system. Now, the cautionary side of the evidence ledger. Ginkgo biloba, one of the most aggressively marketed memory supplements in U.S. history, failed the gold standard ginger study involving thousands of participants. It did not prevent dementia and did not slow decline, even in high-risk individuals. Some extracts may help specific behavioral symptoms in diagnosed dementia, but as prevention, it simply doesn't deliver. By contrast, Bacopa monnieri is more promising, with controlled studies showing improvements in working memory, attention, and processing speed after several weeks, particularly in older adults. Side effects are mild and gastrointestinal. Then a muscular surprise, creatine, the gym world's carbohydrate-free mascot. The brain, like muscle, relies on ATP as its primary energy currency. Creatine acts like a rechargeable battery buffer, improving cognition under stress, sleep deprivation, or mentally demanding tasks. Students and shift workers should take note. Curcumin from turmeric fights inflammation and oxidative stress. A large review in 2024 concluded it improved working memory, attention, and overall cognitive performance. And finally, the dynamic duo, L-theanine and caffeine. Caffeine provides alertness. L-theanine provides calm focus. Together, they smooth out the crashes and jitters. Research consistently supports better attention, accuracy, and reaction time, making this stack a favorite among students and office workers. Now for the supplement universe's cautionary mascot, Hyperzine A. Despite bold marketing, systematic review authors warned that most positive trials were methodologically weak, making claims unreliable. When research quality collapses, confidence collapses with it. But supplements alone are not the true front line of cognitive protection. Cognitive science has a more boring and much more powerful message. The strongest nootropics aren't sold in bottles. Lifestyle factors beat pills consistently. Exercise reduces cognitive decline risk by roughly 30 to 40%. Mediterranean diet improves brain metabolism and vascular health. Sleep consolidates memory and clears metabolic waste from the brain. Mental engagement, reading, learning, puzzles, conversation builds cognitive reserve. Social connection protects against dementia much stronger than many pharmaceuticals. Insurance companies reveal the truth through reimbursement. They cover FDA-approved dementia drugs because trials prove benefit. They do not cover Prevagen or Ginkgo because they do not. So where does that leave consumers, parents, students, seniors, and everyone in between? Memory supplements sit in a spectrum between useful tools, expensive placebos, and occasionally contaminated risks. The benefits exist, but they tend to be modest, population-specific, and dependent on correcting deficiencies, not upgrading a perfectly normal brain. If you experiment, experiment with medical guidance, not influencer marketing. Choose third-party certification, screen labels, and remember that the most effective cognitive strategies are unglamorous, untrendy, and surprisingly affordable. As for the future, early preclinical data on NAD+ precursors like NMN and NRI hint at exciting possibilities in cellular energy metabolism and neuronal repair, but we need rigorous human trials before anyone builds a supplement empire around them. The real frontier isn't making brains superhuman, it's maintaining cognition long enough for people to live well, learn deeply, and stay connected to the world around them. And so the real question becomes, in a world obsessed with shortcuts, will the future of brain health be engineered in capsules, cultivated in lifestyles, or unlocked by entirely new biological technologies? Only time and better research will tell.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Visit again